host of the Gridiron.
All right, welcome to the Gridiron, baby. If you can give this video a thumbs up and maybe share this video, that would be absolutely freaking phenomenal. I don't know why that cracks me up every freaking time. If you subscribe to my channel, thank you. If not, please go down below, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell icon. That way next time I go live, if I put a video out, you'll be notified. And it's free of charge. What do you got to lose, right? It's totally free of charge. But if you are subscribed to my channel, thank you. Greatly appreciate it. If you want to help support my channel, the description box below, very top link takes you to my membership page. I got 3 different membership levels. Each one has their own little perks to them. So once again, if you want to help support my channel out, it would mean so much to me, and I thank you in advance. And then finally, just underneath that, there's another link. It takes you to my Facebook group. It's called the New York Giants to Gridiron. It's my Facebook group. We have over 9,600 members in the group. It is doing simply marvelous, might I add. Basically, if I'm alive and breathing, and if I got internet access, I am putting stuff in this group darn near 365. It's called the New York Giants to Gridiron. It's my Facebook group. Please join it. You will not be dissatisfied, I promise. Well, Giants got themselves a QB, right? Quarterback in the house. Now, without getting too carried away here and going on for a rant and blah, 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 and all that stuff, this should hopefully calm down somewhat some of the demographic of people out there who have obviously have had issues with certain characteristics of the Giants quarterbacks in the past. So this guy coming in has a different characteristic. It's not the same as the characteristics of all the other Giant quarterbacks. So hopefully those people out there can calm down a little bit, right? Giants will never sign a certain type of quarterback. Yeah, I guess we can kind of calm down with that, right? Yeah, so there you go. And I'm very, very happy they did. Brought him in. Now, once again, we ain't going to no Super Bowl, right? This could be really could be. I like this. I like this. I like you a lot. I like this a lot. Really do. We're going to talk about it. Be like a shortened down version here, right? Usually I go on for like an hour and a half or 2 hours. This will probably be under an hour or so, whatever. But this could really help the Giants out quite a bit. Now, I think it's like 2 years, $8 million with up to $16 million with incentives. So, good. Love it. It's like, I don't know what the incentives are. We'll find out as time goes by and all that stuff and everything. But, whatever. I don't know if it's touchdown related, yards related. If you go to all pro, if we go to, not the Super, if we go to the playoffs, whatever, so he's got some incentives in there, right? Now, as I said, now you don't know, is he going to be, fighting off, a QB on the sideline or what exactly? But, the one thing that I love about with him, now we got to give him some players to throw the ball to, right? I think we need, if we can get like one more guy, that would really help, really help, right? And once again, we're going to talk about that maybe, a little later in the program here about maybe getting another guy, if you know what I mean. But I really like this. I said, once again, we're not a quarterback away from going to this, So whether we brought Rodgers in here, Wilson in here, Winston in here, whoever, we got Dan Marino out of retirement, brought him in. Yeah, weren't going to no Super Bowl, right? The thing I like about with Jameis Winston, okay, is he's going to make he's going to make things exciting, all right. He's got his dog to throw the ball to. We got Wandell coming back, right? I said, we really could use. Well, they got Dizzy in. Dizzy in? Yeah. they got they got Theo coming back. I'd like to see him maybe get another, if they could get another weapon. Once again, I'm going to talk about that in a little bit here. But the thing is with Winston, I mentioned this, I don't know, last time I think I went live is, we could be talking about a Giants loss. The Giants lost 31-28, and they lost because Jameis Winston threw 3 interceptions. Then the next week, we could be talking about a Giants win. The Giants won 31-28 because Jameis Winston threw 4 touchdown passes, right? He's going to throw you in a game. He's going to throw you out of a game. He's going to throw the ball. You're going to get some yardage. You're going to get some touchdowns. You're going to get some movement. It's going to look, I'm not saying we're going to be the greatest show on turf. Don't get me wrong there. But we should, be more productive or, as a little counteract. I mean, because being productive also means maybe not throwing as many interceptions, but we should move the ball, a little bit more than we have been in the past. All right, with Mr. Winston. Now we also got him here for 2 years as well, too. So, there was the 1 year. I think it was the 1 year he threw for 5,000 yards. He had 30. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, he threw for 5,100 yards 1 year. I mean, that ain't easy to do. That was with Tampa, 2019. It was in 16 games. He was 7-9. Let's see, has he ever? Yeah, 1. Okay, all right. Two of his years that he was had a starter. He had winning records. 2016 he was 9-7. In 2021 he was 5-2. Okay, but in 2019 he threw for over 5,100 yards. Once again, not easy to do. But that was also the year he threw for 33 touchdown passes, but 30 interceptions. Could you imagine? If Daniel Jones threw for 30 interceptions in a season, could you imagine how much we would be crucifying and massacring that guy? All right. So, I mean, with Jameis here, he has thrown 154 touchdown passes, but he's thrown 111 interceptions. His interception ratio is 3.5%. Now that's in the modern era. 3.5 is probably, is about almost double what you like to see. You like to get that down under 2. So, well, that was that 1 year when he threw 30. I'm sorry, hold on. So for his career, it's been 3.5%. So for his career, it's double about what you like it. That 1 year when he threw 30, that was 4.8%. So that's like almost triple of what you like. So, but once again, if you can ever grasp the concept of the offense, we got Malik to throw the ball to. Well, that guy Dizzy in July. Out. Who went? Yep. Well, you can see that, can't you? Because one thing, like with Saquon always had some injury. Had some injuries, with the Giants. He goes with Philadelphia. They hand him the ball 37,000 times. Absolutely doesn't even get an ingrown toenail. Absolutely doesn't get a cold. Absolutely nothing, right? And if Sirianni would have put him in the final game of the season, he would have set the rushing record, right? So we got Aziz going, of course. There, he won't get injured. He'll play in 17 games, and wouldn't it be funny if he breaks Michael Strahan's sack record? He gets 25 sacks or something like that. Wouldn't that be funny? Right? But I mean, the thing is, with us anyway, he was always getting injured. Right? So, but it'd be interesting to see if he winds up staying healthy, because he couldn't stay healthy here with the Eagles. But I love the Winston here. So now. I also saw where I don't I saw Aaron Rodgers went to Pittsburgh, and I also saw a report that he left the building without a contract. So I mean, I don't know. The Giants don't need him now. I mean, I don't know if he's got to go. I don't know. Where's he going to go? Right? The Vikings don't want him. Giants don't want him. Giants don't need him. Vikings don't, right? I mean, so he might be out of a job. So we'll have to wait and see. Same thing with Russell Wilson. Where's Russell Wilson going to go? Interesting to see, right? But Giants signing Jameis Winston on a 2-year, $8 million contract in a quarterback stunner. Now, the nice thing, as I said, I mean, it's only it could be up to $16 million, but if it's up to $16 million for 2 years, that means $8 million at the most, which is probably not going to happen. But I mean, as of right now, it's $4 million a season, not 4-0. Daniel Jones 4-0, freaking 4. Even if we do draft Shedeur Sanders or Cam Ward, whoever, if we move up or we draft one of those guys at 3, I think the third overall pick, I think is $8 million, roughly, right around there. So you figure we got Jameis Winston for 4. If we grab Sanders at 3, that's 8. So that's $12 million. Then you got Tommy Chicken Cutlet Parmesan for about $1 million. Our 3 quarterbacks, which once again is not the greatest quarterback room in the world. I'm going to agree with that. But our quarterback is only position is only going about $13 million toward the cap. Not well. I mean, you had Daniel Jones was 40. Then we brought Drew Lock in for 5. Then we had Tommy Chicken Cutlet Parmesan for about $1 million. So it was like $46 million. All right. So this year, if we do draft Shedeur or somebody at 3, I mean, our quarterback room might cost $13 million at the most. If we pass, which we're once again going to talk a little later in the program here, on a quarterback at 3, and we take, say, Jalen Milroe, I'm cool with that. If they think that they can work with him and get him up to speed in a year or 2 or whatever, right? I don't think Jackson Dart's going to be there. I think they're going to have to wind up jumping back into the first round to grab him, right? But if they want to take Jalen Milroe in the second round or something like whatever like that, right? Instead of taking Sanders, I mean, my God, our quarterback room is going to cost us about $7 million for the season. I mean, now you can really, that'll give us a little bit of extra, we'll have some extra salary cap, especially for next season and all and everything. So that could be really, really big. So bringing in Jameis Winston, his numbers may not be as stellar as maybe an Aaron Rodgers, but Jameis Winston's costing us $4 million a season. Aaron Rodgers was going to want $30 to $40 million, and neither one's taking us to a Super Bowl. So, right. To try to figure out why the Giants are hitching their quarterback wagon to the high wire act that is Jameis Winston, sprinkling a bit of common sense, and this is what you get. Giants really and truly are still setting their sights on the upcoming NFL draft to secure the most important position on the field. Or else, how about this? Giants, even after adding Winston, were not completely out on Aaron Rodgers. Well, all right. To the extent that they were ever actually in on Rodgers. For now, word came down Friday night that Winston is coming to the Giants on a 2-year deal worth $8 million, the Post confirmed. It sure seems as if the Giants got a bit more fun with this wild and wacky addition, and it remains to be seen where Winston fits in the depth chart, which is true. So, as there will be more quarterbacks arriving on the roster. I mean, hey, who knows? Maybe we bring in Russell Wilson. Who knows? Right? Maybe you got Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston battling out. Right? Winston is certainly not the Giants franchise quarterback because he is simply not that. He is also not Rodgers, the 41-year-old who is yet to say where or if he wants to continue his NFL career for his 21st season. Wow. Giants still want him and will not close the door on him even after the Winston signing. They did not feel comfortable waiting for Rodgers to make up his mind without adding an experienced quarterback. Before this, Tommy DeVito was the only quarterback on the roster. Rodgers remains a long shot. You don't know. If he does come to the Giants, Winston could be his backup. His contract is in line with a backup quarterback, which is true, right? And in that scenario, the Giants could still be interested in selecting a quarterback with the number 3 overall pick in the draft. that pick could end up being Shedeur Sanders, and there would be no pressure to get him on the field as a rookie with Rodgers and Winston ahead of him. Well, I mean, hey, I mean, you bring in Wilson, bring in Rodgers, you got Winston there. If you draft Sanders, I mean, now you got a ton of quarterbacks. Now you have like too many quarterbacks, right? Okay. It appears trading up to the number 1 pick with the Titans to get Cam Ward is a pipe dream at this point in the pre-draft process. Winston is the 31-year-old journeyman. This will be his 4th team. He was with the Bucs, the Saints, and the Browns. Now he's with the Giants. So this will be his 4th team. He can sling it with the best of them. Yes, he can. No question. At times finding his own targets and at times hitting the defensive backs on the other team and right in the hands. Now, that's what you're going to get. But the guy can throw the ball. We're going to get some excitement this year, right? Winston on his Twitter account posted, "Start spreading the news," followed by an apple emoji, signifying his coming to New York, to the New York market. Cole, welcome aboard, brother. Love to have you. The need for a new starting quarterback was put in motion last November when Daniel Jones was benched and released. Yeah, I mean, the Giants still going to need to find a quarterback, right? I mean, Russell Wilson, I don't think is the answer, for a long-term, Aaron Rodgers, no. I don't think Jameis Winston is either, right? The Rams never made a deal for Stafford, and Stafford wound up staying in Los Angeles. After that, the Giants set their sight on Rodgers, believed he was the next best option. That pursuit went nowhere, but that tale has yet to be told. Then, of course, the Giants brought in Russell Wilson and Joe Flacco, and then Winston. Why Winston over Wilson? The Giants, after meeting with both of them, felt as if Winston is a better fit. Plus, he's a lot cheaper. A lot cheaper. He's like by $25 million a season cheaper. Giants, let's see. Around the NFL, Winston has a better reputation as far as a locker room presence, which is huge. Huge. Wilson has been in and out of 3 teams the past 4 years. The Steelers remain in the quarterback market and clearly have not made re-signing Wilson a priority. Winston is a free spirit who has an engaging personality and is popular with his teammates, which once again is huge. It's something it's really, once again, that's not going to take the Giants to the Super Bowl, but you love to have a guy like that in the locker room without question. His 10-year NFL career has been filled with highlights and lowlights, and we're going to see him both next season without question. Last season, he went 2-5 as a starter for the Browns with 13 touchdowns and 12 interceptions. But, once again, in 7 starts, he had 13 touchdown passes, almost 2 touchdown passes a game. Once again, 12 interceptions. In 2019, playing for the Bucs, Winston went 7-9, threw 33 touchdown passes, and set an NFL high 30 interceptions that season. The last time he was a full-time starter in the league. He also threw for a league-leading 5,109 yards. Winston has 154 touchdown passes, 111 interceptions. The Bucs made Winston the number 1 pick in the 2015 draft. He's played for the Bucs, the Saints, the Browns, and soon enough, the Giants. So, once again, I like it. Once again, it doesn't take the Giants out of anything. Right? It doesn't take the Giants out of drafting somebody at number 3, a quarterback, meaning. It doesn't take him out of this. Once again, $4 million a season. That's a back. What were we paying Drew Lock last season? 5. Again, Jameis Winston for 4. That's a backup quarterback. So, hey, anything's possible. Anything's possible. This was kind of like a little bit of a shocker, right? Well, anything's possible. Next week, who knows? Aaron Rodgers could be in there next week. Wilson could be in there next week. Joe Flacco could be in there next week. Who knows? It's the New York Giants. It's a soap opera as the New York Giants turn, right? So don't count out anything, right? Especially even in the draft, though. Yeah. But as I said, we're going to – oh, sorry, buddy. Got to move my legs. My dog's trying to eat my legs. All right, buddy. There we go. So I like it. I like it. It's exciting. Like I said, it's not, we didn't get our quarterback of the future, right? But we got somebody who can sling it, and he's on the cheap. And if he winds up being a starting quarterback this season, as I said, we'll get some excitement. We'll get some good. We're going to get some bad. So all I got to say is welcome aboard, Jameis Winston, New York Giants quarterback. So for I guess 2 years, or it could wind up being we can even cut him after one. And it is what it is. But I like the signing. I like it. I like it.